Welcome back to another video of CK Outdoors. Thanks for watching. This is how you flesh a beaver. So, I don't know if you can tell, but we cleaned the beaver skin, got all the mud and whatever out of the fur. If you have dried up mud or, I forget the name, burrs in the fur, you can tear a hole in the beaver fur. This might be a little sketchy because, as you can see, my fleshing board's not mounted to anything. It's solely on me. So first off, I got a front foot. I'm just going to start off with the dull edge of my fleshing knife. Scrape off what I can. Okay, now I'm going to use the sharp end. I'm just going to slowly, I'm not pushing hard, but I'm just going to get to where I can cut some of that stuff off. Okay, so it took me a second. I had to relocate. I had too many freaking hornets attacking me. And it's shady now. But you can see I've kind of got it cut. This isn't membrane or nothing. That's just the way the skin looks. But I've been slicing it just like, here, I'll just show you on there. Just like that. I'm not pushing very hard. Just kind of just pushing down. Now we're going to switch it over to here. So now here's the short end of the arm. Usually the fat on this side, you can pretty much just use the dull side of your blade. And be careful if it's a female beaver, because it's going to have a nipple right there. I think this one had one. I don't really care though. And you're just going to push that fat right off with the dull end of your fleshing blade. Now we're going to flip her. See, I got more hornets over here. Little bastards. But now we're going to flip it over this way towards the face. Usually I have a different fleshing board, so this isn't that hard. But I'm at a different location. So I'm just using the dull end. Just scrape that stuff right off the fur. Now we're going to flip it to the other side. The other arm, which is here. Try to keep your board clean. It's whatever, we'll wash the fur again before we board it. You don't want that fat and stuff getting on your fur. So I usually wash it right after I skin them, and then again before I flesh them, just to get all that fat and membrane and meat off of it. Because if you get like a piece of fat like that on the other side of your fur, that'll make it slip, and you don't want it to slip. Okay, got that side scraped off. We're gonna flip her and try to, I'm not practicing what I preach, but I'm gonna wash it again. And I just kind of twist it over to that side. Usually the 3 inches from the side of the beaver, you can pretty much just get with your dull edge. You don't usually have to use a knife. And you can see that's just scraping right off. Some of the stuff you got to get with a knife, but it's scraping for the most part pretty good. Now we'll go over here, just with my sharp edge, not pushing very hard. You just kind of find a good cut and start cutting her down. Make sure you want to get all that stuff. Now we'll go to the face side. My fur's kind of wrapped up here. I'm gonna use the dull edge for right there. Once you get to here, that one had an abscess. That's kind of gross. No, wipe that down. Just cut that off. We'll get the face later with the knife. I like to use the knife for the face. Now we're gonna go and do the same thing on the bottom legs, and then I'll show you once we finish up. Okay, so right here is the gristly fat that I'm talking about on a beaver. That's pretty hard to flesh. You gotta use your sharp side, and you just get rid of some of that meat, and I'll show you. So as you can see, it's pretty, I mean, that's solid fat. So up here on the legs, don't worry about getting too close. You don't want to cut the feet. and you can cut that off later with your knife. So this gristle fat just kind of, you kind of just got to take it off little by little. I know there's a lot of meat right there too, but like that fat's what I'm talking about. You just slowly kind of cut it off, just like so. I'll cut that off with my knife when we board it, but kind of just slow and steady. Don't try to be a speed demon with your fleshing knife, because you will cut holes, especially if it's your first beaver or first animal, whatever. You're gonna cut holes. It just happens. So now we're back on the bottom edge. Take your dull side, just scrape it down, and it just comes off beautifully, just like that. Try to get some of that stuff off of here. Okay, we're gonna show you later. You did not get the we're gonna show you later, did you? I do a lot of after work on my fleshing jobs. So here we go. We're just kind of, we got all the legs done. Now we're just gonna kind of cut just like this. Sorry, usually I don't struggle this much, but the fleshing board is not ideal. And just so you guys know, I keep flipping the blade. You guys might be like, oh, why is he going all crazy? That's the dull side. When I'm on the sharp side, it looks like that. Dull side looks like that. So never do that with the sharp side. You will just destroy the fur. I'll get that later. We're gonna go right down the center of the back now. Sharp side. Just long, slow strokes. Gonna pull it up a little bit. Okay, so we got her mostly fleshed out. I don't know if you can tell. We just washed her again to get some of that fat and whatever out of that fur so it doesn't slip. This is a good technique to dry your fur, believe it or not. You're gonna get all wet when you do it. I'm gonna stand behind my cameraman, or stand in the way. So just do that a couple times, and then once you just, like, remember when you were a kid and you'd like whip it at your friends? Just do that, but up. And it dries your fur pretty good. And then once you get that side done, I just like to go through the foot holes in the back and go backwards. And that kind of puts the fur out, makes the fur look nice. I'll show you in a second. Now it's still a little wet, but we'll hit it with a dryer. But now the fur looks all pretty, all cleaned up. She's all fleshed out. That's how you flesh. Next part's boarding. Thanks for watching.